the old-fashioned way. All right. Go ahead, Chella.
15 seconds, Shala, and I empower women entrepreneurs and awaken men to increase their fees so they're able to make a bigger impact out into the world. And I'm just delighted and I cannot wait. I'm ready to take some notes, Todd. So
Awesome. Well, welcome. Troy.
Hey everyone, I'm Troy. I am from San Diego, although I'm in Phoenix right now. I help coaches to build the life and business that they want by helping them to gain the skills and tools and confidence to move forward in their business. Happy to see you guys.
Yeah, you too. And Troy leads an amazing conversation with Christos Angladikas. I think I said it almost correctly. On Thursdays at 11 Eastern. So if you're a coach and you're looking to have a place to have a deep conversation about what's good, what's not good, struggles, all that good stuff, it's an amazing conversation. I'm there at least twice a month. I make sure it's on my calendar. So thanks for being here tonight with us, Troy. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Suzanne.
Coach Lee.
Hey, what's going on? My name's Coach Lee. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I have a company called Patterns of Possibility. I'm a coach who helps people build authentic. That's not what I want to say. I'm a coach that helps people create meaningful social connections, both in their personal life and professional life. So in your personal life, I help you find a best friend or someone to connect with and go to games with, hang out with. In your professional life, I'll help you not be the best at business, but get along with your coworkers and build community with your colleagues.
Love it. I love how it's evolving as you are, my friend.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Austin, welcome.
Welcome. Austin Haynes. I'm a speaker, author, mentor, worked for a company for 19 years, a Fortune 500 company, and walked away to become a speaker, author, mentor. And I help solopreneurs and side hustlers expand their audience through my show and podcast.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being here. Blind Trust. I just met Austin today through Daniel Andrews again, and it literally showed up here with just a voicemail. So thank you, Austin.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the community. Sajad, looking very dapper this evening.
I own a mountain in Arizona. I drive a $76,000 twin turbo, and I date super hot 26-year-old black girls with graduate degrees. Thank you.
Thank you. You'll get the sense of humor eventually, and that's all I have to say. Lynn, welcome.
Sorry, I had my screen over too far on the left to unmute. My name is Lynn Williams. I'm from the Philly Burbs, and I guide you to your keywords to beat the bots. Lynn Williams.
Love it. You're close to me, Lynn. We could have a real life conversation.
And me.
Darlene, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Suzanne. I'm Darlene Perday. I actually just launched my business, DP Consults. I equip coaches to not be salesy, but to build relationships and convey their value. So I create strategies for them in a coaching manner.
Wonderful. Congratulations on that. That's amazing.
It's been a long time in the works, but I finally zoned it in. So
yeah, welcome. That's awesome. Brenda.
Hello, everybody. I'm in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. I'm Brenda Marie Sheldrake, your Biz Leads expert at Biz Leads Expert. I help busy entrepreneurs stop wasting time on meetings that don't produce results by showing you how to generate more qualified leads through relationship building. And I'm looking forward to meeting more experts and potentially discussing the possibility of you doing masterclasses for me.
Oh, well, you're in the right place. Make sure with that reminder, you put your contact info in the chat, your LinkedIn profile, your calendar link, your email, however best people to contact you. Susie Taylor, welcome.
My sister from another mister. Thank
I
you,
have to
Suzanne.
update my name, so I have Suzanne Taylor King there, just because you're here. So everybody knows
Well,
we're not related, but
no. But we are related because we're here together. So anyway, I am in Columbus, Ohio, and I am a copywriter for coaches. My tagline is I help people who help people so they can help more people. And that's how I want to change the world. So that's it.
I love it. Help what's it called when you not square something but you triple it?
Exponential.
Hope exponential.
Cube, you cube it.
Cubed. That's right. Cubed. Thank you. Judy, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Judy Kane. My business is Aligned Consciousness. I help people take out head trash, and I frequently serve as a resource to coaches because I can help their clients get out of being stuck in those coaching programs.
Love it. Well, welcome, Judy. And last but not least, Coach Mation, can you talk to us who you are, where you are, and what you do? Maybe. Okay, maybe not. All right, well, let's go to our speaker tonight. Todd, just give us a few words about you, and then you can jump right in, my friend.
Great. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm Todd Aaron. I live in Chicago, Illinois. I've been a resident here for my entire life. My background has been devoted to the customer finance industry. The past chapter of my life was spent as the third generation owner operator of a customer finance company that became the second largest privately held customer finance company. We peaked the business at processing 3,500 credit applications a week. Our sweet spot was servicing merchants with 100 or more locations. We put out 1.2 million a week in new originations. We sold the business to private equity. I've gone back into the business where I largely focus on coaches.
Wonderful. Well, we're excited to have a conversation tonight, and why I'm so passionate about this. I've been a coach for 15 years, and I've always financed my clients, whether they were paying for a monthly program or a 3-month program or a year-long program. I was always compelled to create a monthly payment plan for them. So Todd has solved that problem for me, and I'm excited to dive into the ins and outs of that. So the floor is yours, and then we'll have some Q&A time and some networking time.
Great, thank you. So I always start the conversations by trying to frame out for people to think about this. Do you lose sleep thinking about how many customers you lose because you can't close every sale? And with that, do you wish that you could boost your sales and attract new customers? Offering customer financing from a marketplace with 35 plus lenders is the solution we think that you're looking for. By providing your customers with the option to finance their purchases, you're giving them greater purchasing power and the flexibility to pay for your products and services, all high ticket, over time, as opposed to or self-finance those receivables yourself and risk the possibility that you could have a customer that doesn't pay you or slow pays you. Not only does this make your offerings more accessible to a wider offering customer financing, not only does this make your offerings more accessible to a wider audience, but it also helps build your customer loyalty and trust. Customers are more likely to return to your business that offers financing options, and they may even spread the word to their friends and family about your business. At the same time, you'll be benefiting from increased sales volume and improved cash flow. You'll receive the full amount of your products and services up front, while your customers are able to make affordable monthly payments. With customer financing, you'll be able to stand out from your competition and provide more comprehensive and convenient shopping experiences for them. What we know about the customer finance business, for the fact that we've been in that business for 90 plus years, is that the average finance sale is 135% of the typical cash sale. We know that it's a much faster sales cycle because customers are accustomed to matching their monthly budget to their monthly payment, their monthly payment to their monthly budget. And so it overcomes that stigma of having to deal in cash price. So often the occurrence is that what the customer really wants is your upgraded package, which is usually a step up in the thousands of dollar range. And our financing makes that happen. Whereas the stigma that comes with selling on cash price can somehow, can oftentimes prevent that from happening. So we know that it's a faster sales cycle. We know that it's a larger sales cycle. We know that by not self-funding your own receivables, as Suzanne mentioned, it deleverages you of that credit risk. It also gets you out of the burden of having to bill and collect. We know that you can tag your advertising with the fact that you've got customer financing available, which is enormously important for increasing your return on investment on your advertising spend. And it negates the possibility, as I mentioned, that your customer is going to seek to do business with one of your competitors. And so ultimately, in the end, it's going to generate more leads for you. It's going to let you speak to a larger audience. And it's going to increase your closed sale rate. What drives all of this under the hood is that we've got a marketplace with 35 plus lenders on it, and they've got an appetite for the entire credit spectrum of customers. Our lending platform will go up to $100,000 for a maximum of a 7-year term. And so we offer that second club to have in your bag to close every sale, which is enormously important because the leads or your prospects don't fall into your CRM for free. Separate and apart from that, we're also in the credit card processing business. Besides offering just standard credit card processing, we offer zero cost credit card processing, which transfers the fee for accepting payment by credit card to the customer instead of it being a business incurred expense, with the net effect being that it drops typically 2 to 4% in pure profit right to your bottom line.
Wow. Wow, Todd, I didn't know about the credit card processing. So that's really interesting. Can't wait to talk more about that.
Yeah, so we find that first off, we find that the finance sale is critical in the high ticket professional services business, as well as the high ticket professional goods business. But having that second option or club in your bag to close every sale is critical, especially as you go up that economic ladder and the price points of your offerings, are, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, et cetera. And the virtue of having a marketplace where you've got 35 plus lenders all competing for that same opportunity to fund your client drives down the APR, it drives down the monthly payment, and it extends the loan term, which essentially is creating the most affordable shopping experience for your customer. Typically folks don't like to be sold, but they love to buy. So we try to create that affinity in the buying process by making a plethora of opportunities available to the customers. In some cases, we've had customers be approved for as much as $100,000 and be able to select from as many as 70 different competing offers from our lenders. The pricing to the business is super cheap money. It's costs the business a one-time setup fee of $299 to have access to our platform. And then every loan that gets funded is the cost for every loan that gets funded is 3.9% plus a $49 admin fee. And then to the customer, the interest rates or the APRs start out at 4.9%, which is super cheap money to the customer. It's, if you check, it's currently cheaper money than 30-year mortgages, and it's cheaper money. It can be cheaper money than auto loans. So, and all of which is based on the fact that it's an unsecured or uncollateralized loan. We've amassed lenders that all have an appetite to lend money in this space, and they are indifferent to what the collateral is behind it, which makes it a perfect fit for growing the revenues of coaches.
Wow.
In the contact information that I posted in the chat is a link to a YouTube video that we created. That's about a 3 or 4 minute video, explainer video, which is a great illustration of what it's like to kind of march down that electronic assembly line of receiving, having a customer that's interested in financing. That application radiates out to our full stable of lenders that have this appetite for providing the coaching. We even have one lender, a tertiary lender, that will provide everyone approved credit processing. It comes at a higher cost, but there are a variety of lenders that are on our platform. We're constantly adding new lenders. Other benefits of the platform include the fact that you get paid 100% upfront. So it eliminates that issue of having to either stage payments or having to bill and collect. We find that oftentimes coaches love eliminating that overhead from their life.
Yes.
Can I answer questions for people?
Yes, let's open up the floor. I know Sajad has a couple questions, which he's all about the numbers. So I knew he would have some questions.
I only have 7 questions.
7, just 7.
The $299 is a flat fee to be introduced to your company. I'm gonna go fast. $299 is the flat fee to get in.
Correct.
Okay. 3.9% is what you get of what I sell my product for.
Yes.
Okay. And then 49 admin charge per deal.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't care what you charge people, not me. What do I do to, so if I'm saying if they're going through financing, then they got to pay 4% more to me to get financed, right? To break even.
Yes. So there are compliant ways to pass the feedback to the customer so that you can come out at par, whether you're selling on a cash basis or on a finance sale.
I was an attorney for a while there. I can't just up my fee by 4% to cover the cost.
You can.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
There's particular wording that you have to use, but yes, you can do that.
That's interesting. I look forward to talking about that. What if they have bad credit?
So the APRs to the customer start out at 4.9% and increase commensurate with credit risk. And so there are 3 different credit profiles that people have. They're either a prime credit, meaning that they are the most creditworthy and they've got the best FICO score, or they are a subprime credit because they've got a blemish in their credit bureau, or they can be a tertiary company, a tertiary credit customer, which is a customer that either has a thin credit bureau file, meaning that they've got very little credit history, or they've got no credit history, or they've got bad credit. And our tertiary lender that is on our platform works with companies that are able to do $1 million in finance volume a year, and they will approve 100% of your credit applicants.
Oh, wow. Okay, Suzanne, am I okay? I only have a few more. All right. What about late fees? I have exorbitant illegal late fees, and I love those. So if they pay late, I don't get extra money because I love the extra money. That goes to your lenders, right?
It goes to the lenders.
Yeah, because you're getting paid up front. So you're holding that up front.
Then how do I buy $350 Balanis if people don't pay late? Okay, let me keep going. Oh, how do I research your company? Because if I'm advertising your company, that could get me in trouble.
I can send you information on, well, I put our information in the website, in the chat, and you can look it up. You can look us up there. I can also arrange for calls with myself and with the owner of our fintech platform.
So this will be my last thing. So I know I could have sold 2 more deals in the last 2 weeks had I met you 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
So, and it's more important to my brand that everybody knows I'm on the up and up with what I do than getting more deals, right? So what is the agency other than Google reviews? How would it, and I'm not trying to attack you personally, how would I review a financial company like this to ensure that I'm not sending people, like, what is, like, with when you're an attorney, there's the NPRA, there's review boards, right? There's established review boards. So are there established review boards for financing that you look into, something other than Google?
No, but we can share with you who our lenders are. We can provide references on us and our platform. And then going back to the company that I ran for 22 years, which was my family's consumer finance business. We had a $35 million bank line. And if need be, I can get you references from our lenders.
Okay.
And separate and apart from that, while I run Numeris Capital, my father is still active in the market. He is chairman of the board of Inland Bank here in Chicago, which is a $1.2 billion regional bank. So we've got great reputations, and I can make it very easy for you to confirm that.
Cool. I wasn't trying to be mean.
No. I understand. It's all about doing business the right way.
Yeah, I got to be careful with my brand. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Suzanne.
And I'll add to that, one of the really powerful aspects of our fintech platform is that within a nanosecond, so what happens is the application is submitted. Typically what happens is a business will either embed the unique landing page that we create for the business onto their website so that customers can self-checkout or self-pay if they so desire. Or the credit app can be texted or emailed to a customer. But the real power behind it is the fact that as soon as that credit application is submitted, a soft pull of an individual's credit bureau is pulled, and within a nanosecond, both you and the customer or prospect have the results to compare based on APR, based on monthly payment, based on loan term, to decide which offer is the most creditworthy and the best match. So in your business, like my 20 plus years of experience, timing is of the essence. So getting those responses back immediately is critical. And then our lenders typically approve customers for $3,000 to $4,000 more than what they applied for. In one instance, I've even seen an approval come back $22,000 more than what the customer applied for. So we are all about maximizing the customer's purchasing power so that coaches can up-level their practices so that they can do business with their ideal clients. It's about migrating you from dealing with your existing clients to being able to empower you to offer higher ticket programs and transact with customers that are, of greater purchasing amounts or higher tickets.
Hey, it's worth pointing this out, Todd. The 0.9 only applies to the amount invoice them. So if they borrow more than you're only paying 3.9 per package. And if they pay, say, 2,000 and you invoice the rest, you're still paying 3.9 only on what you invoice. If they've given you 2,000 on a credit card or cash up front, that is not coming to play on the percentage.
Yeah, that's a great point that Daniel's making. If a customer gets approved for $80,000 and your coaching package is $50,000, you are only paying the 3.9% against your ticket price, not the excess.
Austin, go ahead.
I think you pretty much answered it, but I was thinking about this like in the context of a weekend when you're doing a live event and you're in the process of enrolling people. It sounds like the turnaround's pretty quick with most of the applicants, unless there's some further review process. Like if it's on a weekend, let's say it's a Saturday or Sunday, and you want to enroll somebody, they put the application in. Is there a process that would, include this going into days, like based on business hours? I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, so each of the lenders has their own secret sauce or algorithm for approving credits, but those decision engines are working 24/7, 365. So super powerful for your customers having the ability to apply whenever it's convenient and get the answers. The financing really falls into two different areas in the sense. I, by and large, sell the 3.9% program because most businesses that's very appealing to. We have other lenders on the platform that charge higher, what they call discount rates, higher than the 3.9%. That one example is that everyone approved coaching program. And with that, every person that you bring to the table is going to get approved. So it's really becomes a question of the numbers that you can put through the program and how you want to do business. You can pass back the fees as long as you do it in a compliant manner and come out at par. And it just becomes a question of, how do you want to run the business? The Everyone Approved program is absolutely superb for programs like, Tony Robbins type programs where people are looking to fill seats, as well as online courses where, the business has like next to no margin left next to no cost left in the business. And so those types of business tolerate paying higher discount rates. In the coaches that I deal with, most of them are more comfortable in the 3.9%, cost range. And what's interesting about the 3.9% rate cost program is that is the cost regardless of whether the customer has a 800 FICO score, a 700 FICO score, a 600 FICO score, a 550 FICO score. So it makes it super simple to understand from the business standpoint. And then the APRs to the customers, as I said, increase commensurate with credit risk. And it's very uncommon to find lenders that are willing to lend on a non-collateralized, fully unsecured basis, which makes the financing very appealing.
Yeah, thank you. And I think Austin does a lot of speaking. So I shared in the chat that, you know, that application link could be in a QR code, in a PowerPoint from the stage, sell from the stage. People could, you know, apply for financing right in the room with you. I can totally see that happening.
Yep.
Brenda, you have a question.
My clients are in Canada, the United States, and Australia. Can you help other countries?
So we can service businesses that are outside of the U.S., but we can only lend to customers that are U.S. residents.
Okay.
But that's a great question. So thank you.
Would you be able to do the work of finding commensurate lenders? In other words, Brenda had to get on a program. Can you do the compatriot in Australia, for example?
I don't have that reach. I can ask around to my network
Sure.
and see if situations like that could be sourced. I've spent my entire career in both consumer and commercial finance. And so yesterday, as an example, somebody came to me and said, I had two occurrences, both of which one was a situation where an individual had purchase orders with Whole Foods and Rite Aid and CVS, and they were looking to monetize those. We were able to do that right away through my banking contacts. I am always happy to go to market to help people with their areas of need, even if it's not in my wheelhouse. I believe that, you know, it creates good karma, and what comes around goes around. We also are in the, you know, the rev share business. So for situations where coaches, actually, it's a great kind of counterplay with coaches where they are coaching their clients how to increase their sales. For those introductions that they are able to make, you know, a warm introduction, and we are able to onboard those companies to help them expand their credit sales or take on their credit card processing, and either we've been able to reduce companies' standard credit card processing costs by as much as 40%, or in other cases, switch them to zero cost credit card processing solutions. We will do evergreen rev share agreements with whoever the individual is that introduced us to that relationship. And I'll give two examples of the zero cost credit card processing. We onboarded a company that does 25 million in credit card processing sales annually. Their cost was in excess of $700,000. We are affiliated with 4 different credit card processors. They all do billions of dollars worth of transactions per year. And when they deployed our zero cost credit card processing program, it gave them the ability to waterfall that $700K back to their bottom line. Likewise, I have a colleague that did the same thing for a company called Club Corp, which is the largest operator of golf courses and amenity clubs around the U.S. So essentially, yes, they run clubs, but really they are a membership association. And when they rolled this out to their membership association, it waterfalled $15 million back to their bottom line. So if any business is interested in either standard credit card processing or the zero cost credit card processing, we have the ability to drive those savings to the bottom line. The way that we like to do it is to structure the cost of those interchange fees to be a cost to the customer, but to maintain the options of paying by debit, paying by check, or paying by ACH to be free options to the customer. So it levels the playing field and it lowers your operating costs.
Thank you so much, Todd. Brenda, you have another question?
I just was going to say that I definitely would be interested if you come across any resources for Canadians, because I deal in 3 countries, but a lot of them are Canadians right now.
Okay.
I have
Thank
a
you.
lot of Canadians too. They can use PayPal credit up there, I think. Todd, usually, oh no, I had a quick sidebar. I paid off 2 out of my 3 credit cards last year, and then I shut them down, and it put down my credit score by 70 points. So if you pay off your credit cards, don't shut them down because it destroys your freaking credit. I went from excellent to a poor person, and I'm not poor. Okay, Todd, usually people try to offer me deals all the time, and I tell my clients never collaborate, never do affiliate deals, never do partnerships, never do referral deals. But what you have is gold for what lots of people need, right? So Chella and I are famous. She's really smart. I'm extremely sexy. Can we do affiliate deals with you? Because I can use my fame to make a lot of money.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's talk, Brad.
We would be more than happy to monetize your sexiness and her network.
Thank you.
Or vice versa.
If you drink enough, I look like Brad Pitt or Denzel.
I don't drink very much.
Personally, I like monetizing everything. So, you know, I love it. Thanks to John. All right, let's do our 3 people who joined us a few minutes late. Coach Mation, who you are, where you are, and isn't this exciting what you learned tonight?
This is great stuff. Thanks for putting it all together.
Yeah.
I'm Machen McDonald. I'm out in California, Northern California, in the Sierra foothills, getting dumped on with tons of snow, which is great. And for the last 20 years, I've had the privilege of being an award-winning strategic business coach for coaches. And I basically show them how to bring their A game to their hero or heroine's journey, so their business can be a blessing to their life and not just their life. So there you go. Back to you, Suzanne.
Welcome. Daniel Andrews. Sajad got dressed up just because you always wear a tie.
He was looking sharp when I met with him.
On purpose.
Met with Karen Ross after I met with you, Sajad, today. I'm Daniel Andrews. I am in charge of the introductions that make things like this happen. Todd in the same room with Sajad, in the same room with Austin, in the same room with Suzanne, the same room with Mike, and it's Suzanne's room, but it's my network.
Mm-hmm.
I make that shit happen.
Yeah.
And we like your new car.
Yeah, we like your new car.
Thank you. It's a lot nicer than the old.
JD.
Hi, folks. I'm JD Gershbein. I'm totally lost. I came in quite late. I have no idea what you guys were talking about. I'm gonna depend on someone to get me the notes, I guess. But it sounded exciting. It sounded compelling. I've been playing in the LinkedIn space. I'm in my 17th year as a LinkedIn specialist. Hung out my shingle in 2006, and I don't participate in the same old LinkedIn conversation. The work I do with my clients and students is immersive and transformational and proprietary. And you can find me on LinkedIn to learn more.
Wonderful. Thanks for being here. So tonight, since we had this amazing discussion about how you could make more money in your coaching practice, how you could serve your clients at this higher level, I would love to just grab some takeaways from this conversation. Since we're recording, this will be really helpful for Todd in future conversations. What was your big aha moment here in this discussion? And what are you going to take away from this? Anybody jump in? Don't make me call on you, because this is an interactive conversation. So
I just think, in general, we win when we start to look at more than one option, right? If everything is paid in full or a payment plan, right, we've limited our choices. Now, we might not have only had a model of what Todd does a moment ago when Todd came into the room and explained it to the people that hadn't seen this before. But the reality is this stuff has existed. And I just think we've got to absolutely stop asking ourselves, is it left or is it right? Is it up? Is it down? Is it on? Is it off? Can it be both at the same time? Can it be something else entirely? What else is out there that might bring us value that we don't know about? You know, and that's important.
I would
I'm
add
sure
to
that's God.
Yeah, I would add to that, you know, we've just seen this bank collapse of SVB as well as Signature Bank. We're facing, you know, the possibility of a recession. We know that we've seen the Fed raise interest rates, so there is pressure on your customer. They are paying more, you know, for their credit card bills, as well as paying more, you know, in the cost of inflation for goods. It's not uncommon for your customer who has a credit card to want to maintain their availability on that credit card or those credit cards. Our financing is totally independent of that. So it enables them to maintain their credit card availability and their liquidity, which is very important. The economy is going to ultimately get tighter, which means it's going to be more competitive to get that customer to say yes. And where do I sign? And offering the financing it already is a critical element of that. So really, I'm here today to suggest there are multiple tools.
When you get your next big idea,
to have in your toolbox, we want to make that happen for you.
Great point. Austin.
I think it's a great tool to help maintain your value as a coach or a mentor so that you kind of can draw a line. This is my value. And you're less tempted to go below that because you have another option instead of doing the paint. I think we've all been guilty of, pay me, you know, break it up into 3 payments. And then, you know, middle of the thing, sometimes the client will flake off. But our business is a little bit different, right? When they pay attention. So if you're able to get paid in full, you're more motivated as a coach and they're more accountable because they're now like that financial obligation is kind of a nice metaphor for the obligation they made with you. So there's accountability built into it that I think has great benefit all the way around. So I'm excited about it, and I'm glad that this is an option.
Yeah, thank you. It reminds me. Oh, go ahead, Troy, and then I'll tell my dental story because everybody always laughs at my dental stories. So, go ahead, Troy. Oh, you're on mute, sweetie.
You'd think I'd have that down by now. Todd, at first I want to say thank you for all of this tonight. Most of my clients there's some financial struggle there. That's one of the things that I encounter in part by virtue of working with coaches. A lot of coaches are really service-oriented people, but unfortunately maybe not very good at claiming their worth. So this is an in for a lot of my clientele to have access to gaining the life that they want. Yes, it helps me and certainly reduces that barrier to entry. But this is really exciting to me because there are a lot of people who want to, but they literally can't. You know, whether it's a coaching, a credit score like was mentioned earlier to, hey, I'm getting this business off and it's a bootstrap kind of thing. A monthly payment, like you said, fits with their budget. We can make this happen. So thank you.
Thank you. I will tell you that I come from a business where we had 63 employees, and our mantra really was leaders eat last. I've always been accountable to the different masters that we have, which, you know, our masters were our merchants that we serviced, our lenders that lent us money, and the 30,000 plus open accounts that we had at any given time. So I am the type of person that is open to 24/7, 365 communication. I recognize that I'm only as good as what I did for people yesterday, and each new day I have to earn it. And so I really welcome being of service to people and helping people scale their businesses. I am not one that looks for attention for myself. I've always been interested in building the brand equity of other people. So I welcome that privilege to do it for other people.
Troy, I'm going to be talking to Todd tomorrow, so I could send you the link in 2 days.
Perfect.
I love it. I love it. Austin, do you want to say something else? Oh, you're on mute.
That's an emoji for it's clapping hands.
Oh, it's clapping hands. Okay, awesome.
Well,
I
yeah,
wanted
and I mean,
to.
I just,
Oh, go ahead, Todd. Go ahead, Dan.
Suzanne, you know, I joined a network, a low cost community, I don't know, 9 months ago, worked my way through it. And what I mean is started to poke around, see who has got some value. Suzanne was doing some nice things with that org, met her, right? Todd was already in my world roughly at that point, right? I never would have met Sajad except for Suzanne, right? Austin, I can't even remember where we met, right? But, you know, we're here now having these conversations, and people look too closely. They look too close to themselves. Is my value right around me? Suzanne, are you going to buy what I've got? I don't think you and I have actually even traded money at this point, Suzanne.
No.
You know, right. But, you know, Todd didn't ask me to buy what he's offering or sign up for what he's offering, as the case may be. But I took him to Suzanne, who took him to the Sajads of the world, who got in, and you know, we got in front of the Austins of the world. And y'all gotta stop looking at the person in front of you as if they're all there is to it. If there's not money there, who cares? Doesn't mean you need to make them feel used, but build that network, find out who knows who knows who knows who. Sometimes the money is 3 or 4 degrees away. And I brought Todd a number of deals, but if Sajad is going to do what he says he's going to do, I'm not trying to imply he's not, but once he does that, that could very well be the biggest introduction that came through my channel, right? From Todd's relationship with me, but that was 3 degrees away from Todd to Dan, to Suzanne, to Sajad. You know, so sometimes the biggest deal is just a little 1 more degree away. People miss that.
Yeah.
And I often share with people, I'm not a good salesperson, but I am very good at educating others about the options that are outstanding, that are available to help scale businesses, either to increase and maximize revenue or to eliminate or reduce expenses. So I always take the approach of trying to educate folks and be of service, kind of in a cafeteria mentality of putting the options out on the table, sharing the pluses and minuses of each different situation. And in the end, the individual, the business will pick what works best for them. And then from that point in time, my job is to be exhaustive and tirelessly working to bring new opportunities to those individuals. We're constantly adding new lenders to the fintech platform, the loan platform. And so, you know, it could be right around the corner that there's a better fit. The existing lenders that you might be working with are on there and you find them to be serviceable, but my relevance remains in staying close to you and bringing you new opportunities just as soon as they come to market. So I look to, you know, the business aspects of this, and I absolutely love the personal relationships that I gain from it as well. So that's how I try to show up, be present, deliver service, and be consistent. And hopefully, if I'm good, re-earn everybody's trust on a daily basis.
Thank you, Todd. Susie, you have a question.
Oh, I just a comment, just that we are all in this together. And when one of us succeeds, we all succeed. And I just want to encourage all of you to just remember that that we're all in this project together, whether you are a coach or someone who supports a coach. When I succeed, you succeed. And that's That's my only thought.
Well, that's very lovely, because that's really what the community I've put together is all about. So thank you, Susie. And Todd, I'm going to be your salesperson for a second, because I want to tell a little story about many of you who know me know I was a dental hygienist for 20 years before I became a coach. And somewhere in that career, I worked for a lovely practice, 15 years at that practice. And along the line came financing for patients. And this was for cosmetic procedures not covered by insurance, which meant veneers, bleaching, orthodontia, and all of these things that people waited to do until they had extra money. And it very rarely happened. And when this financing came along, I remember to this day, the man that came to the office and dropped off these little trifold brochures. And of course, I talked to everybody who came in the office, whether they were a salesperson or not, didn't matter. And he said, this is going to change your patient's life because it's interest-free financing for 1 year. And they could have any cosmetic procedure done they wanted and pay monthly. And I was just so thrilled with this that it became a joke in the office that I was getting a commission from this man that came in. I didn't, obviously, but it changed the face of the practice. It allowed so many, $100,000 in sales the first quarter from this offer. So this has the power to change the face of your business and up-level your pricing and your offers as a coach because of it. And if you don't believe in up-leveling your pricing and your offers, meet with me and I'll talk you into it. My link is in the chat. All right. Well, it's 7:56. My promise for 2023 was to have you finish a few minutes early. I'm going to hit stop record. I am going to hang out for a little bit and chat. Todd, thank you so much for this tonight. I appreciate you. I honor our connection. Daniel, thank you for connecting me with amazing, incredible people. Appreciate you.
And thank